Hi, honey buns. I am the Courtney Williams. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another live. As per our request, tonight we are going to be talking about my first one night stand in Texas versus my first one night stand in Bangkok, Thailand. So, girl, y'all already know it's going to be juicy. So, if you're watching the replay, we always start with a tune, but today's music is gonna be Betty White because you guys said y'all don't listen to Betty White, so we finna listen to some Betty White. But her songs is long, and the shortest one I can 5 minutes. So if you are watching afterwards, skip to the 5-minute mark from here, and I'm gonna try to still order my food because I was trying to order food, girl, and I couldn't order food, and I'm hungry. So I'm gonna play the music, and I'm gonna order some food, then we're gonna jump into the story. I'm so tired of these ads. But welcome in, guys. Hi. This one's Betty White, No Pain, No Gain. Her stuff always start kind of slow. Loving is good, loving is terrible. If it weren't for the trials we've been through, I'd never have the courage to come back to you. We're all tired to make a mistake. We got to prepare for some heartache. I was earning my man while I was earning my name. Girl, earning your man while you learning your man. This is that shit I was talking about. No pain, no pain, no girl, I'm not gonna earn no nigga. He needs to earn me. No pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no gain. There was an old lady sitting under a tree. She called me over and she said to me, my days left here may not be long. I wouldn't waste my time telling you nothing wrong. But love is a flower that needs the sun and the rain. A little bit of pleasure's worth a whole lot of pain. If you learn this secret, how a lot of pressure, no. Not a lot of pleasure. Pleasure, no. No gain. Girl, no. No pain. Okay, it's not. You know where my food? No pain. No gain. No gain. Anything worth having at all is worth working for and waiting for. Some of my closest friends thought they had that thing on the string. Just because that man was bringing them flowers and candy and all kinds of gifts. Honey. Some gifts are just to make him feel better while he's on his guilt trip about the night before. You know what I mean? Especially when you know you haven't been doing the things you should do. Think about it. What is the man trying to tell you? Sometimes flowers mean maybe we should just be friends. Did you get my drift? Hang if you can hang. No pain, no gain. In order to get something, you gotta get something. Well, this is true. You do gotta get them to get. Give a little, you know, it should be balanced. Go through something. You don't gotta go through shit. Be a cook in the kitchen, a lady in the street. You can't show the teeth to every guy you meet. It's alright to be a little sweet, or be a lover with the kids and you know what in the street. No pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no pain. No pain, no pain. See, you can't get up, cause time's get hard. It's just that old devil trying to keep us apart. Say, devil, you ain't got nothing here. No gain, no gain. No pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no gain, no gain. No pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no gain, no gain. No, 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 no pain. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, Betty. In order to get something, to be something, you gotta go through something. Oh.
my bad. I can't order food. I guess we're done with her for now. Hi, Charlie. I love this song too, right? But sometimes she be talking crazy. My mom's generation put us up with some straight bullshit from these men. Hello, somebody. Praise God, because we not dealing with that shit no more. And they stayed married 50 years in misery. Hello. I refuse. I refuse. I really fucking refuse. Hey, this guy. This is a Blue Monday song. Oh, like if you a little sad. Yeah, she do. Like, cause I mean, she sings to like women who are kind of going through, because like I feel like a lot of women in her time were going through. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say none of the men was good, but I think a good chunk of them was doing that fuck shit, you know? And I feel like a lot of times I think the guys were switching it up, you know, like if you think about like Sam Cooke, I feel like he was faithful to his wife at first, but then like with more fame, he started kind of really becoming a womanizer. There was a lot of Rolling Stones in that time. Mister, I got your video as well for how to do the moderator. I was only able to watch half of it, but I'm gonna watch the rest of it later. But yes, thank you. And he said, "What's good? You mean what's good?" Y'all, I'm actually kind of sick. I'm a little like. First of all, let's talk about how we had a 5-hour live yesterday, and I didn't get off that bitch till 1 o'clock in the morning. Which I had fun and it was great, but I feel like in the future, if we're gonna be doing longer lives, because obviously that was a random ass moment, you know, it was a lot we were talking about. But in the future, I think I probably have to schedule it earlier in the day if we're gonna do longer lives, because girl, I did not sleep. Okay, I didn't go to, well, I slept, but I didn't go to sleep until like 9 o'clock this morning. Because like I told you, I had a bunch of things to do. And girl, I woke up like around 12. Like I went to sleep at 9. I woke up around 12, but that obviously wasn't enough sleep. And my body was so like just drained. And I don't know if maybe because I didn't get sleep and I already have kind of had like a lingering cold, like my nose, I could kind of feel like, I'm like, is that a cold trying to come? No, God, you know, like definitely kind of making a plan in my mind of like, I'm gonna need to get some garlic, I need to get some ginger, I need to get my little remedies together, and you know, maybe some soup. But when I was thinking about making this today, it was just like, it literally hit me hard. Like my nose was so stuffy earlier today and I had no fucking energy. Like I didn't get shit done today. I literally have been drained. Girl, I've been in the bed and I just like, I got up this morning, I cooked breakfast and things, and I thought I was gonna like start working. Like actually that was like around 1, because I think I woke up 12. I don't know, the timeline is off, but I woke up kind of later because I went to sleep late, but it wasn't enough sleep and I was feeling really horrible. Just like super sick and just kind of like really, really drained. But I was on Facebook and I saw that it's this spiritual group that I'm in, and it's really more of like for people who believe in like, you know, that there's a higher power, you know, like energetic type of things, you know. So it's a group like that. And the girl basically was saying that a lot of people have been getting sick, like a lot of light workers have been getting sick lately because there's an energy shift. So she posted, she said, it's the energy, well, it was like a little post, energy shift. Are you feeling it? Common energy shift symptoms: headache, tiredness, flu-like or cold-like symptoms, moodiness, body aches, hot flashes, sensitivity, nightmares, strange dreams, feeling spacey. And you might also notice more angelic number sequences, like seeing 111, 333, 555. Excuse me. And I feel this, like, I feel like I've been feeling a lingering cold over the last few weeks, maybe, while energy has been shifting in our atmosphere. But I've also been seeing a series of 1s and 3s since I've touched down in Colombia. So this kind of like made sense for me on a spiritual level. But I didn't realize that, like, when energy shifts, that sometimes you may get sick. So I did a little bit more research, because I was like, oh shit, like, I literally told her in the comments, like, girl, this feels like everything that's happening to me right now. And when I did a little bit of research, what I found is that you can get sick during an energetic shift, but the only reason why you're getting sick, or why you're having some of these symptoms, is because you're receiving such a high energy vibration and your body isn't really aligned with that energy. So it kind of like manifests within your body in these type of symptoms if your body is not aligned. It's kind of like your body telling you, like, this energy is coming in that's of a higher vibration, and you need to align, you need to bring your body up to the level of the vibration. And basically, I found this article. If you guys are interested, I'll drop it in, because I literally got it popped up right now. But basically, this particular article that I found, it was giving like a bunch of different ways for you to align your energy. So let me actually click on it and tell you guys some of it. Of course, you can meditate. Of course, you can be in nature, because obviously, like, when you can root yourself in nature, you know, like on a subconscious level, it's like, when you're in nature, animals and things really communicate with you, whether, you know, like on another level of consciousness, not like, you know, on your main level. So some of the things that they were saying you could do is like yoga. You can get, because basically what's happening is, like, you have some type of blockage. Basically, you have some type of blockage within your body, that this high frequency energy is not able to flow all the way through your body. And whenever you have energy that is stagnant, like, it's just not a good setup. Basically, your body is not aligned for the energy, and you got to be in line with the energy, you know, like the energy that you want to attract. You need to be on the same playing field with that energy. So things that you can do is yoga, because that's movement. It gets things flowing through your body. Body work like massages, Reiki healing. I actually did Reiki healing when I was in Malaysia. I didn't really like my Reiki session. I didn't feel like it was really worth the money, or really that profound, or really connecting with me on that type of spiritual level. But I do want to try it again with another practitioner. I don't know why my little shirt is doing this. Also acupuncture, you know, things that kind of, you know, get your body flowing. Also, you got to be making sure that you're hydrating, especially like right now, y'all. It's like a shift that's happening within. I know we're kind of off topic, but I really want to get y'all this tea. But it's like a shift that's happening right now. Like, a lot of people are elevating. A lot of people are entering into a higher energetic field. And part of that process, like, you need to really take care of your body. Like, you got to make sure your spirit, your mind, everything is like on a balanced level. So eating healthy, drinking a lot of water, really hydrating yourself, you know, nutrition, things like that, mastering your mind through meditation, releasing any type of emotional blocks that you might have, trying to get rid of any addictions that you may have, just disconnecting from social media, because sometimes just the energetic feel of like your cell phone. And plus, if you think about like all the craziness that be happening on social media, all that affects your energetic field. Maybe even detoxing your body, making sure you're speaking your truth, you know, like you don't want to be holding back your truth or hiding your voice. I'm reading from her. You don't want to be holding back your truth or hiding your voice. Can most certainly trap energy in your body. Be bold and express yourself in healthy ways. And just kind of listening to yourself, you know, like listening to your body. Because like I know over the last 2 weeks, as this energy shift has been happening, I've been having back pain, and I've been saying like I want to go to get a massage. So after realizing, because it's like I didn't realize until today that this is actually what's been going on, but I was like, this is what it is, and my spirit been telling me to go get a massage because I could feel that pain, and maybe that's where I'm having my blockage, but I don't know. But I'm definitely gonna get my shit together tomorrow. I'm probably gonna go get a massage. I know the massages are a little bit more expensive here though, for sure. Like I think that they're $60, but they're like really cute spa places. So I'm just gonna pay the money and get a nice little rub down, go to the grocery store, make some soup, and just have a whole little moment with myself. So Mr. say he's sick too. Yeah, it's a lot of people sick. That's just, you know, like our bodies are trying to, our spirit team is trying to elevate us, and it's like we're getting this high vibrational energy, but it's like we got to make sure we're all aligned with it as well. Charlie said, I'm so mad I missed the live now. It's okay, boo. Don't worry, because I have some really good news. I'm not telling you guys just yet because I'm still in the works of working out the deal. But I think if everything goes well, we'll have way better internet quality, and we definitely will be able to do longer lives, and we'll maybe be able to do some dope things like actually going out and about and stuff like that. So fingers crossed. I think it's going to work out though, because the girl is Black, but she's like in this corporation. It's a whole little journey. I'm giving y'all too much. So in the future, very soon, we gonna work on that. So don't worry, Charlie. It's okay. It'll be more longer lives in the future. It's still up for the replay. It is still up, Charlie. You could check it out. I don't know, but y'all, sometimes I don't watch my videos back. Like for some of my emotional videos, sometimes it's hard for me to like watch them back. But like that 5-hour video, like I just did not have the energy. Like I watched some parts of it back today, but I didn't have the energy today to even go through a 5-hour video. Like when I tell y'all, I was literally drained. You know how it is when you feel sick, but I slept. And I woke up and now my nose feels clear. Like literally I woke up like, I want to say I woke up around 7 p.m. I was so just like, my body was like, no, bitch. No, bitch, this ain't it. Let's talk 101. Hi, boo. That's Jazz, y'all. Hey, honey bun. Mr. Goddamn $60 probably don't even end happily either. It probably don't, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, Latin America is cheap and expensive at the same time. It's not like Southeast Asia. It is not. Southeast Asia, I'm telling you, like everything is cheap. Like your biggest expense is going to be your flight. Once you actually get to Southeast Asia, your food is cheap. Your apartment is cheap. Transportation, whether you take a bus or a motorbike, is cheap. You want to get a to live a quality life in Southeast Asia is very inexpensive. And I don't mean just like getting by, but actually like treating yourself out to different meals or doing different type of activities or going to really nice restaurants that you wouldn't normally go to back home. Because like a 5-star restaurant in Asia, like me and Mr. was talking about in a couple of lives ago, like about $25 is like a top of the line, you know, restaurant with possibly a celebrity chef, or, you know, like it's like you're really getting your money's worth. Like it's really going a lot longer. Whereas here in Latin America, I've been realizing like some things are cheap and then a lot of things are not. But I don't know about the full Latin America yet. This is just my experience in Medellin. And you guys know, if you've been checking out my Insta stories at the Courtney Williams, I just posted like a little preview that I'm going to Cartagena next. That's going to be I'm going to spend my next month in Cartagena. So I'm so excited about that. I'm kind of sad though, y'all, because I just tried to order food and the place is closed. I tried to like in the process of me trying to order food and set up the card, because this is my first time ordering from Rupee. I found a new ordering site, but this particular site, I just never ordered with them before, so I had to do some extra steps to set up the account. And while I was doing that, the fucking place closed. And I don't know what I'm eating now, because I have some stuff here, but it's like stuff I gotta cook, like chicken and beans and rice and shit. Everything else I pretty much have eaten. And I really don't want to order pizza. Like, that's the only other thing that I normally am able to order that I can get delivered here. But I don't really want that because I'm feeling sick already. So I don't want like all that cheese and all that crust. Like, I wanted something a little bit more healthy. So I'm gonna have to figure it out because I'm literally starving. Like, I only ate once today so far because I passed out. I woke up so late and then I ate once and then I just passed out because I wasn't feeling well. Charlie, that's why I'm starting Vietnamese in August. I'm trying to get to Southeast Asia. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, Charlie. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Like, literally, it's like when you first get to Asia, just the prices alone, it just puts you, ooh, I got some banana chips. Let me have some of these because, baby, I feel like I might pass out. I feel like I might pass out. And nothing's open. This is the thing I hate about this place. Like, they don't have enough food around here. Like, you ain't never gonna be hungry in Asia. You never gonna be hungry at any hour. At any hour, you can get up and go get some food. Like, literally, it's 24-hour places, like good shit. Like, not just some random things, but like some good shit. So I'm feeling away. Like, I'm like, where the hell is the food? Where the hell is the food at? And why everything closed so damn early? Mrs. said, true. And for $50, you could hire a midget to feed you for the whole week. I'm done with you. But you're probably right. I'm loving how my rent was $120 a month in Thailand. I'm telling you, it's cheap. It's cheap. The accommodations are cheap here though too. Because even when I was looking at apartments in Cartagena for the next month, everything was about $100, $200. So it's cheap. Okay. So before I jump into that, I just need to check out this other food website because I'm really hungry, y'all. It's one more. So I'm thinking maybe, where is it though? Damn, I just really wanted to eat. I just really wanted to eat, Lord. What am I gonna eat? Girl, I'm probably gonna make me a little peanut butter grilled sandwich. That's what I'm gonna do. Because obviously I can't get no food from nowhere else. I'm gonna have to wait till the morning. Okay, so let's jump on in with this combo. So I know yesterday we were talking about Tinder, not my boo, but one of my ex-friends in Ho Chi Minh trying to basically fuck my goddamn my booty buddy, girl. I met him on Tinder a whole little moment, but you guys will have to go back and check out that video for that story. So during that conversation, we kind of got on the topic of just like one night stands, booty buddies, things like that. And I know some of you guys have not had one night stands. Some of you guys wanted to have one night stands while y'all traveled and things like that. And I kind of just feel like a one night stand isn't something that should be forced. It's something that should happen naturally. You know, like I am sexually free. Like I feel like I don't have any like preconceived notions of like, I don't know. I'm not like a sex shamer, you know. I just feel like you should be able to do whatever you want sexually as long as, you know, you're not harming anybody. The people you're engaging in it with are also in agreement and not being forced to nothing, and everybody protects themselves because at the end of the day, you don't know what nobody got. And unless y'all all go get tested together or whatever, I mean, you got to protect yourself. So y'all was really interested in my one night stand experiences. I haven't had that many. But I have had a few. And I thought it would be dope to tell you guys about my very first one. My very first one night stand was actually in Texas. And my second one night stand was in Bangkok. And Bangkok was my first. No, I lied. Actually, no, I'm telling the truth. Yeah, my first one night stand in America. So Yeah. So basically, okay, so let me tell you about the first one. The first one is in Texas. So I'm in Texas, and at the time, where was I living? I want to say I was living near Westheimer, and I had my own apartment and things like that. And I don't know what it was on this one particular day. Like, I just kind of went out to the club by myself. Like, I was kind of bored. This was around the time of my life when I was still kind of like trying to figure out how to be alone, you know, because I was dating during that time, but it was like, no, I had no boyfriend at that time. A lot of guys was doing fuck shit prior, and I wasn't going for it. And I just was kind of getting used to kind of being in my own space, even if nobody else was around. And I kind of like had started going out to the club a little bit more, but like, you know, I would go by myself. But this particular night probably was only my second time going out to the club by myself. And it was before I moved to Sam Houston. So I still was not Sam Houston, before I moved to Huntsville, Texas. So Huntsville, Texas was when I started my second college experience. But at first I was at why I want to say Ho Chi Minh City. I can't really talk. I'm telling y'all, I need to eat. Girl, I be really having Snickers moments when I don't eat. Oh, but I was still at Houston Community College. I was living on Westheimer, and I was about to transfer. Around that time, I was about to transfer to Huntsville, Texas, to go to Sam Houston State. But at this time, I wasn't really dating. I was kind of getting comfortable with just being alone, doing things that I like, you know, really kind of seeing how I can enjoy myself, even if I didn't have a motherfucker around me. And on this particular night, I was like, oh, I need to go out to the club. And I don't remember if I had some friends at that time, because I remember it was one girl I used to go out with a lot. But I think we had a falling out, because we had a falling out like right before. Like, I used to work for her mom's salon and everything, and it was like we had a fallout, and it didn't, you know, I was about to move anyway. So it's like, you know, so I don't think that's probably the reason why I did not go out with her. Because normally me and her are like hitting the scene together. But this particular night I went out by myself, and I went to one of my favorite clubs in Houston, which is Rhythms, which I tried to go to Rhythms I didn't try to go, but I was thinking about, I don't know, I was just talking to my family and my friends about it, because I was like, damn, what's you know, like, what's new with you know, the clubs here? Like, is it some new clubs, or is it like, you know, the same clubs, or what? I honestly didn't even end up going to the clubs when I went home this particular time, this last winter, because it was so fucking cold, y'all, and I was hella depressed, and I just was like, fuck this shit. I'll see you guys during the summer. But I went to Rhythms, and I honestly have been hearing like Rhythms is not a cool place to go to anymore. Apparently they've been having a lot of shootings later. Like, Rhythms is kind of like a Caribbean Jamaican type of club, and they have like one of the best like Jamaican restaurants like right next door to it. I think it's called Cool Runnings. Like, you know, the usual jerk chicken and stuff, rice and peas, cabbage, but it's a whole little blessing. And I lived in that area. Like, when I tell you, I have lived literally all over Houston, and I cannot say like I'm from one particular area, because I have literally moved around that much that I have lived all over Houston. So this particular night, I drive my ass to Rhythms, right? And I had never, like, I feel like, honestly, I'm saying that this was my second time, but I think this might have been my first time going out by myself, because I feel like I was really nervous. Like, I was just like, we gonna do it. Like, I had kind of gave myself a little pep talk, and I was like, girl, we gonna do it, because I don't want to sit in the house. I'm bored. Like, we gonna do it. We gonna go out. We gonna see what's popping. We're not gonna be shy. We just gonna go and have a good time. See if we can meet. Now, I must say, if you're going out alone, like in Southeast Asia, it's a lot better experience, because I feel like in America, you know, everybody's all clicked up. Everybody kind of has their people. They come with their people. They kind of don't really mix and mingle with anybody else. Ooh, rude. They kind of don't really mix and mingle with anybody else. And sometimes it's harder like when you're in America to like make friends and things, or just, you know, go out by yourself. And then, you know, sometimes you can, it depends on where you're at, but this is like a black club, you know, they done came with that crew. They like, bitch, why are you know? So it's easier though if you're in Southeast Asia to like go out by yourself and then meet a whole gang of people, you know, and really have like a genuine connection. However, I went out and I just kind of was chilling, right? So I'm like, I love rhythms because I always like, they just play Afro beats and Jamaican music and a little bit of hip hop. And it just always was like a really good dance vibe type of place. Like I always feel super comfortable there and just kind of free and just like, and I really like dancing, you know? So I went out, I was there by myself, just kind of dancing, having a good little time. Kind of felt a little awkward and when I first came in, because I just, you know, like normally when you're with your friends and you walk in the club, y'all kind of do y'all little walk around. Y'all might go to the bathroom and do a little touch up, do a little girl talk, come back, I'll get y'all a drink, you know, and then kind of people watch and shake a little ass. But it's different in America, I think, when you're going out by yourself, and it's like, and I just kind of like bought them a drink. Like I just kind of like bought all of us a drink and we had like a little moment. Like not a major moment because like I said, people are not that open to making friends outside of the group that they came with. But it was a cool little moment, little 1-2 for me to kind of breathe a bit. I think that's part of the reason why I bought the drinks, because it didn't really matter to me of like, oh, I bought this bitch some drink. You know, like it was just kind of like, those kind of things don't really, you know, like I'm a generous person. So it's not really something that I feel like is a big deal. But I had a drink. I remember it was like some guys kind of, Charlie said black people in Houston are not friendly at all. This is kind of true. We're friendlier than New York, but not in the same, like on a club scene. Like if you're out and about and you probably run into somebody during the day, maybe. But like, but not really, like not really. It's just everybody's so cliquey. Everybody's so cliquey, you know? So it is what it is. But I was there, I was dancing. By that time I had a little drink, you know, having a little moment. And I remember it was a couple of guys that were like checking me out. Like I kind of, you know, was like, oh, okay, y'all, flirtation, hey, I love eye contact, little smile, little 1 and a 2. And I just kind of was like by myself, kind of chilling and dancing and doing my little own thing in the little, you know, in the little space that I was in. And I peeped these guys. And so I was just kind of like, well, who gonna make their first move? And one guy made his move, right? He was kind of tall and we just kind of like danced a bit. We danced a bit, but like, he didn't really say shit. He didn't really offer me to buy. He didn't offer to like give me a drink or anything. It just kind of was like, I don't know. It was just kind of weird. So we danced for a little bit. And then I saw this other guy, because it was like 3 guys, but I think the third guy kind of felt like, I don't know. I guess he wasn't confident or something. I don't know. So the other 2 guys, it was like an older guy. He wasn't older. I think he was older, but he had like glasses, kind of looked a little nerdy or whatever. And then there was another guy who was like real tall. So the tall guy came, introduced himself a little bit, kind of danced with me a bit, not really saying shit, you know, not really making conversation, not really being a gentleman and like, you know, what you want to drink, your drink low or, you know, or anything like that. But the guy that was looking a little nerdy, he was kind of off to the side, like, damn, this guy got there first. Like, he was kind of literally like waiting for his moment, right? So I don't know. I can't remember what the fuck happened to where the taller guy ended up leaving me. I don't know if he said something about going to the bathroom. I don't know I don't remember exactly why we stopped dancing, but he ended up walking off. And baby, the little nerdy guy was like, "Ooh, this is my time." Okay, so he came. And it just was like, you know, he bought me a drink. We talked. We had a good little conversation. And then at one point, because it's like I had been there for a while, you know, and I wore some heels. And at one point, my feet were hurting. And so I was like, you know, like we were dancing, having a good little time. And then I just kind of sat down. But let me tell you what he did, y'all. Girl, I was like, my feet kind of hurt a little bit, so I want to sit for a second. Do y'all know, in the middle of this fucking club, okay? In the middle of this fucking club, this boy got on his knee and took off my fucking shoe and started massaging my feet in the goddamn club, okay? No motherfucking care. No care. And it was like a whole blessing, okay? I was like, yeah. That's what really got him these cookies, okay? It's like the way he massaged my feet spoke directly to my kitty. And my kitty bark say, LOL, I need to come to Houston. Hello, Houston's fun. I mean, I would say you do need a little crew, or you need to know somebody. Like, if you end up coming during the summer, hit me up, because I'm going to be there one deep cutting the fuck up. But I'm a local, and I know the place, and I know how to get around, and I know people, so I'm sure I'm going to run into, like, my friends and shit like that. But if you're not from Houston and you're coming there, it's like you need to know somebody so you can really know what the scene is like, or it might be a little bit boring for you. But I'm going to be home for the full summer, and I'm shaking ass, because I didn't shake no ass in December, and that was really the goal, and I was really feeling the way. So we shaking ass. If y'all want to come meet me in Houston, Texas for the summer, come on. I'm going to show you where the good food, and we're going to shake that ass. And we're going to probably be real fucked up, so be prepared, okay, and be able to hold your liquor, because, you know, okay? So... yeah, so we in the club, girl, and he done rubbed my motherfucking soul out of my feet, okay? And my kitty was like, yes, yes, sir. And he just was so nice and so, like, I don't know, like, he just was like, it just flowed. This is how I feel like a one-night stand should happen. I don't think you should necessarily go out looking to have a one-night stand, because when I went out, it just was like, literally, I was going out to kind of give myself a chance to have fun and be comfortable in my own skin, even if I wasn't with anybody else. And it was nowhere in my mind that I was finna have sex with anybody. But it just kind of like, you know, I met him, he was cool. And I felt a little bit of, like, not a little bit, but I felt a good connection with him, as well as just how he rubbed my motherfucking feet. That was a big factor as well. Like, it just was like, sir, you know, some things when some guys do, it's like you can just tell, like, how attentive. Remember exactly how he asked to take me back to the hotel, but it wasn't rude. I remember that I was like, he was very much a gentleman. When I say this in the true essence, he was very much a gentleman, and he was very much just so attentive, you know? So I think he asked me, but I can't remember exactly what that sentence said, you know, because this was a long time ago. Like, I went maybe like 2013, 2014, I don't know. But he basically made his move. We had a good energy, and then, you know, he put out his offer and I accepted. Okay. So we went back, like, we didn't even go to his house. He rented a hotel for us. Like, we literally went to a hotel. He rented a hotel for us, like a nice hotel, not no hole in the wall. Don't let nobody take you to no fucking hole in the wall. No, baby. You deserve better than that. Okay. Don't let them take you to no fucking hole motel. No. Okay. So I want to say, what hotel did we go to? It was a nice hotel. Like, it wasn't like even a Motel 8, a Hotel 8, or none of that. Like, it was like if I was going to the Marriott, but I can't remember the exact one that we went to. But he rented us a nice little hotel, which also kind of speaks a little volumes to me as well, because, like, for hotels in America, like in Texas, they're really expensive. To stay at a place that's on the level of like the Marriott, like, you spending about $100-some for the night, you know, if not more. So it's like, he was a gentleman, he was generous, he was respectful. He, you know, he came with his shit in the road to kind of like get me to go that way with him, you know, to get me to want to accept it, or to, you know, like, he intrigued me. He, you know what I mean? Y'all understand what I'm saying, you know? So we went back, and girl, he had got up in these cookies, and I was like, yes, yes. Like, literally, this is real TMI, y'all. This is real TMI. But he gave me head. It was really fucking great. Cause I already knew it was gonna be great. I already knew it was gonna be great by the way he rubbed my fucking feet. I already knew. I was like, yes. So he gave me head, but then he didn't have a fucking condom. And I was like, baby, I don't have sex unprotected, okay? So you're gonna have to go out and get a condom. Now, mind you, it was cold as fuck outside. I think this might have been around October, November, December, because I remember it was hella fucking cold. And he didn't really like argue with me or anything like that. He just was like, okay. And he went out, he got a condom. He went out in the fucking cold, freezing cold, got a condom. And mind you, while he left, I fucking fell asleep. Because it was cold, you know, it's cold outside. It's like, you know, sleepy weather. It's sleepy weather. So girl, I fell asleep, but he came back and woke me up with some more head. And I was like, God only knows of the blessing that I have gotten, and I appreciate you, Jesus, you know? And honestly, I'm only telling y'all about his, you know, his dick and shit now because it's like, obviously he's not my man anymore. And obviously this is a memory. But he had, I wouldn't say, he had a good size penis, but it was just like, he had trouble staying hard. So that side was like, it was okay. But the head was great. The foot rub was great. And we actually kind of dated after that. And I think sometimes if you let your one night stand kind of happen naturally, if it's like just genuine energy and just a good like 1-2, it won't just be a one night stand. It'll be like, sometimes it will. Don't have those expectations that it won't, or it will, but you know, just go with the flow basically, because I didn't have any expectations, but we ended up being in a whole relationship. And I want to say we dated for like a couple of months, but then I don't know, I was kind of getting irritated with this whole your dick can't stay hard moment. Like I was like, sir. And he was a bit older, but it was like something about our personalities in the end really wasn't clicking, you know, and that sometimes happens as well. So we ended up, I think, girl, I was kind of crazy back in them days. Like I would talk to niggas raw. Like granted, like I'm real sweet and shit like that, but let them get on my nerves. Let them do some shit that pisses me off. Oh, I would talk to them kind of raw. And I talked to him like real kind of raw one day. And he was like, he wasn't with it. And shortly after that, we kind of like stopped talking. We kind of like, you know, it wasn't a good fit. And I was okay with it. And that was that. So that was my first one night stand in Texas. And I think for what it was a cool little experience, you know. I was safe. And I felt like, you know, like I felt comfortable enough, you know, like I think I have really great common sense. But of course, you got to play your situation carefully because things can go wrong with a one night stand very easily if you're not careful, you know, like you got to have a discerning spirit, and you got to really, I don't know. You just got to be careful. You got to be cautious. Like you shouldn't be just going home with anybody. You know what I mean? Like you got to be cautious, and you got to have some type of backup things. Like for me, even though I went back to the hotel, I sent my friend a picture of his license plate, you know, like we followed each other. So I had more than enough time to kind of set up some security for myself just in case, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like that. Now, girl, my first one night stand in Bangkok was trash. It was trash. So I'm in Bangkok, right? I was in Bangkok for the longest. Because I fucking love Bangkok. It's like my favorite place ever. I feel this pain like all up in my neck. When I tell y'all I'm literally finna go get a massage, it's finna be crazy. I'm finna let them rub my ass down. I'm gonna let them rub me down. Charlie said, also your intuition will tell you if you can trust people. This is true. Like if you feel bad energy, you should not take your ass with them. I felt no bad energy from him. That whole time, we were aligned, okay? Like we were on the same wavelength. I felt good energy from him the whole time. He didn't do no fuck shit. It was like literally, he was just a gentleman. You know what I mean? He was a gentleman with it. Like he just, you know, he came at me in a cool way. And I feel like guys don't know sometimes that like you could really get the whole motherfucking world. It's just really depending on how you approach a woman. Like you gotta come in a respectable way. Don't be coming up to her like, what's up, little mama? I wanna fuck you, trying to fuck, like, you know, like that ain't gonna get you nowhere. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. You know what I mean? So yeah, be careful, guys. Be careful. You know, and don't take my story and kind of feel like, oh, she did it, now I gotta do it. Like I said, a one night stand should happen naturally. It shouldn't be something that you're out there forcing. Because obviously, if you out in the streets looking for sex, sometimes, a lot of times that doesn't end well. A lot of times it kind of brings an energy. You're attracting low vibrations, and you just don't want to be in that type of situation. Charlie said a lot of men have talked themselves out of sex. This is fucking true. This true. I mean, watch your tongue, watch your mouth, be a gentleman. A gentleman always gets more out of me, man. Like, seriously. I'm definitely like, I'm the mouse. You gonna have to come and get me. You know, like, you gonna have to come and get me. And it's like, not that I can reciprocate, but it's like, for me, I'm not giving a fuck nigga no time. You know, like, as soon as I realize you're a fuck nigga, I'm not giving you no time. And it's like, even how sometimes, you know, some people do certain things in their relationship. It's like, I gotta peep you out. Like, you're not getting certain things out of me unless, you know, I feel comfortable doing those things, you know, and you just gotta handle me with care. Handle me with care, come at me respectfully, be a gentleman, let me be in my feminine, you know, let me feel like comfortable with you. And you can really get whatever the fuck you want. You really can. But you come at me playing games, and I'm shutting that ass down. Okay? I'm shutting that ass down. So everybody who's in the chat, y'all, please thumbs up the video. That really helps me. Thank you so much in advance. But okay, so let's get into this wasn't my second one night stand, but this was my first one night stand in Southeast Asia. So I'm in Bangkok. Now, when I first got to Bangkok, I was nowhere in any of the popular areas. I was literally in some random ass place, and I can't even tell you how to get back, but nobody in that area spoke English. I was staying with a couch surfing host. And I ended up going to a different couch surfing host who had a condo in Siam, Paragon, which is a really popular area. This area is like, they got money. And apparently, so the girl, her name's Mint, and she's so fucking dope. A lot of Thai women have the name Mint, so it's like a popular name. But she was just really dope, and she just was a student. Her family had money. They gave her the condo in Bangkok so that she can go to school and shit like that. And she just was like really generous as well. This is how I met my honey bun, Monica, and even the couch surfing host that I stayed with in New York when I came home this last time, Stephanie. She stayed with Mint as well when she went to Bangkok. So Mint has like so many people who have lived with her, like, and it's literally like a big ass place. The furniture there is a lot different. Like, it's more Asian style, like some of it's a lot harder, but it's a comfortable little place. And like, we all had our own rooms. Like, it's a big little place. Like, it was great. And she was so sweet. Like, we used to go out and everything. So I went to Siam, and I stayed with her for like, she was kind of like, you can stay with me for as long as you want, basically. So I stayed with her for a bit, and on, I want to say the first night that I came, she was like, oh, let's go out. And I was like, okay. So we went to Khao San Road, and this was the first time that I went to Khao San Road. This is the party street, the main party street in Bangkok, but it's like a real tourist area. And it's like a lot of shit be going on that street. Like, that street is wild. I still haven't been to any other party street in any other part of Asia that tops this Khao San street. Like, this street is something. Okay, this is probably where The Hangover took place. I think it is where the Hangover movie took place. When they went to Bangkok, they were in Khao San Road, and I want to say they also went to the red light district. So it's real crazy over there. So me and Mint went out, and we literally, girl, we literally was cutting up on this street. Like, they literally have a lot of buckets. They also have a lot of tourist things to do, like try scorpions or try like different type of insects. They have a lot of food, but everything is like so jam-packed. Like, it's a crazy street, but you got to experience it at least once. Like, it's like you can't go to Bangkok and not go to Khao San Road at least once, you know? So me and Mint went to Khao San Road, and it just kind of, you know, like me and my girl, like we was out cutting up. And basically we just was out, and I feel like at one point we went into this club, and it was actually a cool little club. It had like neon lights lining in a like real cool way. I can't even describe them, but it was like lining the hallway to get in. It just was a dope little setup. It was cool the way they had it set up. Like, Bangkok is very light type of place, you know, like it's a lot that goes on. So we in this club, and I'm literally like I be in my zone now. Like, I can go out by myself or go out with somebody else, and I just really be in my zone, you know. And I was just kind of dancing, doing my own thing. But like I say, sometimes you don't see a lot of Black people in Bangkok. Like, sometimes you really have to go the extra mile to connect with Black people, because you just don't see them that often. It's just such a huge city. Like, Bangkok is huge, okay? Bangkok is huge. And sometimes you don't run into Black people a lot. So at that point, I feel like I was the only Black person on the street or like in the club. And I don't know, me and Mint was on the stage, girl, fucking it up, okay? Girl, Mint is actually, she was actually a cheerleader with the Bangkok University that she was going to. So, girl, we was on the stage fucking it up, living our best life, right? And then, I don't know, at some point, I guess I had kind of scanned the like crowd, and it was this Black guy. He was buff too, girl. He was so fine. Oh, he was fine, honey. He was fine. But he just was kind of standing in the crowd staring at me, right? And I didn't realize it until I kind of like, you know, like, because I was in my own zone. We was on the stage. We was fucking it up. We was living our best life. And then, you know, you kind of look around, you dancing still. And I was like, oh, okay, I see you. Mm-hmm. And literally, girl, he was bold. He was bold, because I feel like I saw him. We made eye contact. But of course, I'm the mouse, so I'm not coming down off my pedestal to say, hey, like, I mean, like, I feel like sometimes, yeah, you should flirt with guys. Sometimes, yeah, you should initiate things. But like, the majority of the time, I'm not initiating. Like, I will give you that signal that, yeah, I'm interested, but like, you're going to have to come on, make your move, and then let me follow through. So, girl, we made eye contact. And I was like, ooh, he fine. Like, yes, he fine. And then I feel like he came on the stage. He came on the stage and started dancing with me. So we danced. And from that point, we were literally kind of like attached at the hip. And me had like met her little boo. And we just literally was like living our best life. Living our best life. And so after that, we were talking in the club. But it was like kind of like a flirtatious type of conversation. I can't remember exactly what we were talking about, but it definitely was something. It wasn't something that was rude. It was just like a real flirtatious type of conversation. And then at one point he said something about like, I guess he had been in Thailand for a while, and maybe I had been the only Black girl he had seen or something. I don't know. But like literally the way that he was standing in this crowd looking at me like, like, literally, I'm telling y'all, it was crazy. Like, not crazy in a bad way. It's just like, you know, when somebody looking at you like, I want that, you know, like, and I was like, ooh, I kind of want that too. You fine. You know? So he came, he made his move. We on the stage, we dancing. At one point, we transferred to like the bottom. We got drinks and shit like that. Like, we was just having a good little time, you know, like, it just good energy. Like I said, again, like, I did not go out thinking I was finna fuck, okay? I did not go out thinking I was finna have a one night stand. I literally genuinely just out with my friend, like, ooh, like, we finna cut up. Me and my friend finna have a good time. So, after the club closed, he was like, well, let's go get some food or something. Let me get you some food or something. I was like, okay, cool. And that speaks my language, okay? Like, I love to eat, and that's a good way to get in the door with me. Like, men ended up going with the guy that she was with. Like, they ended up going to KFC or something. Like, KFC is big in in Bangkok. And we kind of like, we talked, like, me and Mint kind of was like, you know, like, you good? I'm good. You good? Okay, cool. And obviously Mint is a local, so of course she was good. And this was a black guy, so I didn't really feel like uncomfortable or anything. Like, I didn't feel uncomfortable. I didn't feel any bad energy. Like I said, you gotta be aware, okay? So we went to get food, and we just kind of talked, and it still was like a really good conversation. Like, he was from some part of Africa, but I can't remember exactly where, but it was not Nigeria. It was a part of Africa that I really do not hear that often. And I was very intrigued with him when we went out to get food because he just sounded so educated. Like, I'm not going to say he sounded, but he was very, very educated. And I like that in guys. I like to learn things from my men. Like, I'm going to teach you something as well. Like, I'm not going to say men, but like, if you're my man, like, I feel like I do want to learn things, you know, like, I'm very much like, what you going to teach me that's new? Daddy, what's up? Like, so I don't know. I find that like super sexy if a guy is hella smart and, you know, he has all this knowledge. And he was just kind of telling me about his travels so far. Because at that point, obviously, I hadn't been like in Asia that long. I was fresh on the scene. And I had probably been there like literally maybe 2, maybe 3 weeks. And he had been there for a while. He was actually about to leave and he was going back home. And it was kind of like he had just did this awesome as journey. And I want to say he showed me some pictures of this particular place that he went to in Asia, but it was kind of like one of those places that's hard to get to. It's like a real rural tribal type of area. And he was just kind of like sharing that experience with me, sharing his knowledge with me. We were talking about Africa, being like, we were connecting, like we had that initial attraction, but like we were connecting on like an intellectual level when we went out to eat after the club closed. And at the same time, I don't remember how he asked to take me back either. I don't remember what exactly he said, but he obviously came at me in a correct manner because I accepted his offer. Now we went back to his hotel, and the thing about hotels in Asia, like I had to show them my ID because I feel like they have so many sex workers there that like they try to be making it illegal. So some of the nicer hotels will require that, like, if you bring a girl back, or let's say you bring a guy back, anybody you bring back, if they were not on the initial reservation, they have to show a passport. And I don't think I brought my passport. So we went back to his, which that was a mistake, guys. Whenever you're traveling, you should always have your passport on you, like always, because shit can pop up at any time and you might need to show it, or might need to just verify that, like, bitch, I'm an American, so don't fuck with me because the embassy ain't playing them games, you know? Because I think sometimes in Thailand, like, they'll see Black people and they kind of will like, they have a thing against African people and darker people in Thailand. Like right now, it's so much drama going on. Like they've been detaining, you know, tourists and things like that. Because a lot of this, I'm telling y'all, a lot of times African men will be in Bangkok and be doing a lot of fuck shit. Like they'll be overstaying their visas. They'll be getting the Thai women to run drugs for them through the borders. Like literally doing like crazy shit and running scams and all kind of shit. Hey, Crazy Bubba. Welcome in. And basically Thailand, I feel like, is just tired of the shit. They just tired of the shit. And Thailand also is a place that very much so values their women. I feel like to an extent, you know, like when, like, I don't know. I just feel like maybe to the point where a lot of their Thai women have been getting locked up because of drugs. They just felt like we got to do something. So this is kind of their way of trying to do something. Plus with the climate in America, you know, and Trump and shit, and Bangkok having pretty much they had a point in history, especially during the Vietnamese War, where they, you know, kind of made alliances with America so they weren't attacked, you know, during the war, because I guess the king just wanted to kind of maintain a level of peace for his, you know, citizens. So they basically were not helping. They were not helping. They were helping, you know, Americans, you know, come through the borders and get weapons and things like that. So yeah, it was a little struggle to get into his hotel because I don't think I brought my passport, which was a mistake. But eventually, I don't know if I had a picture or something on my phone or something like that. Eventually, we made it and we went, and he was staying in a hotel right on Khao San Road, and I would not recommend that, y'all, because when I tell y'all, that motherfucker, like, Khao San is loud, okay? Khao San is a crazy ass party street. So just imagine trying to sleep. Imagine trying to sleep on the party street. And this is like the craziest party street out of all of Asia that I've been to. And I pretty much go to all of them. Like the one in Boi Vien in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh, got nothing on the one in Bangkok. The one in KL, Chiang Mai in Chinatown, got nothing on the one in Bangkok. Like, these are like more like nicer, kind of like you going to a little street to party, like, you know. But the one in Bangkok, girl, it's so much shit be going on that street. Like, it is wild. You gotta check it out at least once, you know. It's wild. So we went up, and it just was like, it was really fucking loud. So our ambiance was kind of off of it. And he really didn't have dick, y'all. Like, he was buff. And this is sometimes like why I don't like to talk to like these bodybuilding ass niggas. Cause a lot of times they be taking all these steroids and shit, and that shit shrinks your dick. That shit shrinks your dick. Like, sir. So it was like we had all this connection, but our sexual energy was not aligned at all. Like, it was not good. And it just was not good on no level. Like, it was not good. The head wasn't good. The dick wasn't good. And then, you know, like bodybuilding guys, I feel like when they have sex, a lot of times they be trying to put all this power into it. And I'm like, bitch, hold up. First of all, you ain't got to knock my damn walls down. Thank you very much, first and foremost. And I think, like, it was so bad that I ended up kind of like stopping and was like, nah, I don't want to do this no more. And I feel like, don't be scared to do that. Shit, tell their ass no. If you're not enjoying yourself, why continue? Like, I'm not gonna fake an orgasm for you. Like, I'm not living that lifestyle. That's not my ministry. So we stopped, and then I kind of felt like he felt away, but we talked a little bit still, because we still obviously had that intellectual connection, but I definitely was feeling like this shit was whack. And honestly, if I'm being real with y'all, I had a one night stand like right before I left New York, and that shit blew my motherfucking mind. So for him to come after that, because that was literally the next time that I had sex, and it was like, bitch, this is trash. This is trash. So it was just kind of like, it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. And then it was kind of also, I also felt like, I don't know what it is about guys. Sometimes they feel like they got to paint you some damn dream. And I felt like he was trying to paint me a dream of like, oh, we're going to do this together. We're going to be together and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, sir, you're leaving in 2 days. Quit playing like you're going to call me after these 2 days. Because honestly, he left and I ain't never talked to that motherfucker again. We never linked up after that. We never talked after that. So why are you painting me this picture like we finna be all of this and some peanut butter, and we not, you know? So this is what I'm saying. You also have to keep your rose-colored glasses off, because guys in Asia, I feel like, are used to these type of one-night stands, because it's really like we had a little fling. Well, I wouldn't say that's a fling, because I feel like a fling more so is like you meet somebody and you guys have a one-night stand maybe, or maybe not, but you guys kind of maybe stay together for like a little while, like at least a week or maybe 3 days or something, you know, like y'all, a fling is more of like a little journey versus a one-night stand that kind of might happen just that one time. So a lot of guys, though, are very into flings, because they know that, like, a lot of people are traveling. A lot of people might not be going to may not be staying that long, but y'all might have a connection. So y'all might enjoy that connection while you both are in that particular country. And then once they leave, you know, they leave, you leave, y'all separate. Sometimes people stay connected. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes people grow real relationships from flings, but you got to be careful, because a lot of times it's like guys just trying to be womanizers. And after the fact, I felt like that's what he was trying to do. I felt like he was just a womanizer, you know, like he was giving me all of this genuine energy at first and all of this intellect, but I really felt like it was a game later on. Cause I mean, like, come on, and your dick is trash, sir. Come on, please stop. Like, please. I really feel bad for guys who got trash ass dick or little ass dicks. Cause I'm like, how y'all living in this world? How y'all living in this world? Like, I mean, I'm sure somebody like it, but I don't. I don't like it. So yeah, girl, like literally, I wasn't even really able to sleep well because, like I said, it was so fucking loud. Like, it was so loud. Like, we were literally on the party street, and Calcine Road is pretty much live 24/7. Like, during the day, it's not as packed, and a few cars come through, but at night it shuts down, and that bitch is loud. So I just was like, we were talking at one point, and I was like, why you even booked on Calcine Road? Like, what the fuck? So that was kind of strange too to me, because I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe it wasn't strange, maybe just he didn't know. I don't know, because I don't know if that was like his first time coming to Thailand or what, and he just was like, let me book something, and this is where he ended up, and it just happened to be a fucked up place because it was so loud. Like, I wasn't able to sleep. And the next morning, we woke up and he took me to breakfast. We had breakfast and then we parted ways, and that was that, you know? So sometimes flings work out, or sometimes one night stands work out, sometimes they do not. I think I'm gonna tell y'all about the one night stand in the middle as well, the one from New York. Let me tell y'all about this one night stand from New York. This is the last one, and then I'm going to leave you guys because I don't want to be on here that long tonight, because like I said, I didn't get no sleep last night and I need to get some sleep tonight, plus I need to eat something before I do that. So I was when I left America, when I left Texas, I decided that I wanted to hop through the country first. So I went to some places that I never went to first. Like, I went to Chicago, I did makeup there. I worked with photographers in each place. And I want to say I stayed in Chicago for like a week, and then I went to LA. Oh, I had so much fun in LA. Oh, I fucking love LA. LA is like my favorite place. So I was in LA for like a week as well, did makeup, ate some good food, made some good friends. I didn't have no sex though. And then I went to New York. This is kind of how I spent a lot of my money, y'all, because I spent money in Chicago, in LA, not really that much because, like I said, I had couch surfing hosts. I actually stayed with a friend in Chicago, but when I came to New York, I had a couch surfing host, but for some reason, I don't know why the fuck, I thought that it was going to be a good idea to spend 19 days in New York before I went to Bangkok. And that 19 days drained the money that I had saved. Okay, this is how I ended up in Bangkok with $200, because I was like, even though I was in New York as well, I was like, I didn't really understand how my money was going so fast. Like, the food is really like, it was like I wasn't paying for anything but food, and they have bodegas. They don't really have like big grocery stores like we're used to seeing in the South, like the Walmarts and the Targets and things. Like, they have Target, but it's not built the same, you know, it's in the city, but they definitely don't have Walmart. And a lot of the neighborhoods, like I was staying in Brooklyn. Was I in Brooklyn? Yeah, I was staying in Brooklyn, and I love Brooklyn, y'all. Like, at night, girl, the street like kind of comes alive a little bit. Like, everybody be sitting on their stoop. It just had like a really nice black energy, and I love like black energy. I just love my people, and I'm like, I like to be around my people, and I like to kind of see them thrive and stuff like that. So it just was dope to kind of see, you know, that stoop life. Cause what's that? It's one movie about this black family that was living in Brooklyn. Was it Crooklyn? I think it was Crooklyn. And it's kind of like, I saw Crooklyn and I always thought that it was a cool movie, but I never really experienced that stoop life culture because that's not something that we have in Texas. So it was like really amazing to me to kind of walk down the streets at night in New York, in Brooklyn, and just kind of see people on their stoop listening to good music, whether it be like some old school music and they playing dominoes, or walk over somebody playing spades. And even like a lot of times I heard a lot of like Jamaican music and stuff. Girl, it just was a whole little moment. And me and my best friend actually went there together. So my best friend Travinsky, I told him to meet me in New York because it was Fashion Week as well. This is why I ended up staying 19 days. And I didn't think it was going to be that expensive because I'm like, oh, we got a couch serving host. Like, then we only got to pay for food, but we probably should have bought, like, cooked more food versus eating out. Because eating out, it's like you spending $20 off top. You know, like, the food is really good, though, but you spending $20 off top. And, yeah, my best friend came, but I think he was mad at me at the time because remember I told y'all I didn't tell him that I was leaving at first. Like I didn't involve him in my planning process. I told him once things were secure, I was like, okay, look, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to leave the country. I didn't even ask him if he wanted to go with me because I felt like in the past, like when I graduated college, like me and my best friend, we went to college together. We met in college, like when I went to my 4-year college. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, my feet hurt, and I need to put them up. I'm telling you, I need this massage. I need to be rubbed down. I'm going to get a massage tomorrow. I don't give a fuck how much it is. Thank you, God, for giving me money to take care of my needs. Amen. Amen. So he basically, we went to college together. We both were in the same program, fashion merchandising, but I'm a makeup artist. So I took fashion merchandising because I wanted to get more of like the business side of fashion because eventually I want to be doing more like creative directing. And I love like doing photo shoots, like editorial type of shoots. Like think of the level of like Pat McGrath. Like she's a really popular makeup artist within, not just popular, she's more popular now that she's been coming out with like these makeup kits, but she has been a profound artist within the makeup industry for a long time. And she's somebody who I really look up to and I really want to work with, and somebody who I'm like, you know, this is kind of my path, but a little bit different. You know, like I definitely want to work fashion weeks. I definitely want to work editorials. I definitely want to be a creative mind behind some of the concepts that are coming out in commercial fashion and things like that. So that's my direction. That's what I'm working towards, you know? So I was the makeup artist. My best friend was a fashion stylist, and we both were in the fashion program together. We literally was like sewn at the hip. And at the end of college, I actually, before I want to say 2 semesters before I graduated college, I ended up risking it all to travel by car to go to LA to go to this makeup school. And after that, I was in love with LA. LA is like my favorite place. If I would live anywhere in America, it would be LA. I could also live in New York. I like New York, but for sure, LA is definitely my type of vibe. Like that positive energy, like all of that is my shit. So I just told him, I was like, yo, I want to move to LA. And he was like, oh, I want to move to, well, he was saying he wanted to move to New York. So he first was trying to convince me, like, it's like I had the plan already. Like I'm moving to LA after I leave college. But he was trying to convince me like to move to New York with him. It makes sense as far as money wise, you know, and I can't do it for the code. But he also ended up convincing me that maybe instead of moving right away out of college, that we should just stay in our hometowns for a year, because we know this poor, we leave and go to other places that we didn't know. Later, I realized that was a mistake. And this is part of the reason why I did not tell him once I made the decision that I was going to leave the country, because like I said, you know, like obviously I've already brought you an idea when I wanted to leave. And it's like, I'm the type of person, if I say I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave. I've always been a mover, you know. He really isn't so much. He kind of like the only child. He's a little bit more sheltered. He ain't never really had to struggle. Like nothing's wrong with that. It's just a different journey for me. So sometimes he's a little scared to move. And I'm just like, I feel like I let that fear hold me in Texas. And I really didn't want to stay in Texas. And that really wasn't my ministry. And it's like, I was really working my ass off after I graduated college. But baby, I ended up homeless in my motherfucking car and having a breakdown. And I just was like, at the end of the day, we're making these plans together. But like on the same time, you're kind of doing your own thing. You know, like you're kind of having it's like we were kind of business partners, or we were trying to be business partners in some sense, but I was also feeling like he was kind of being a little shady, because it's like, if we're going to be business partners, I need to know about all the aspects of all the opportunities. Don't feel like, oh, it's an opportunity just for you. I mean, you know, like, even if it is just for you, you shouldn't be trying to hold it, like, you know, be like, you know what I mean? Like, just be forthcoming, just be open. And I feel like it got to a point where we're working together, and I just felt like we were clashing, and I felt like I just was feeling like, I'm starting not to trust this process. Like, I'm starting to feel like, you know, like you trying to put me on, like, in your light, you know, like you trying to make me your entourage or some shit. And I don't like that. Like, that's not my ministry either. So that was all part of the reason why I didn't tell him. And at the time when he came to New York, I didn't realize that he was upset about this. But this is like something I felt later. Like, I know, because even he told this to one of our mutual friends, and my mutual friend told me when I went home this last time. But he was definitely mad at me, because obviously we're best friends. So of course he probably felt like entitled for me to share my process with him. But I didn't feel that that was necessary, because at the time I literally had, like, I came in this world by myself. And when I was at my bottom as breaking point, when I was hitting my rock bottom, he wasn't there. I was there by myself. It was me and God. And me and God had a conversation. And God said, this is what you need to do. You need to secure your flights. And then you're going to move forward from there. And, you know, like, we kind of, me and Jesus had a plan, basically. So I followed. Okay, I followed. And I realized, too, everybody's not willing to walk your journey with you. Because I feel like if I really would have told him on some real shit, he wouldn't have came with me. That's not really his style. I don't think he would have came. So basically, I thought we were all good. And I'm like, well, meet me in New York, and that'll kind of be like our last, like, meet. Like, that'll kind of be like our trip before I leave the country. And then we'll link up at some other times. So he comes to New York, y'all. And literally, I kind of had a whole plan, like, not a whole plan, but like, it was kind of like, don't try, like, just buy your flight. I'm gonna make sure that our accommodations are good. Like, I'll get us a couch surfing host. So I made sure we had accommodation and didn't have to pay that high ass rent or high ass you know, fees for apartments and things. Because for 19 days, I'm telling y'all, places are normally like $50 a night for like $50 a night for a place in New York is like a hostel. Okay, like a hostel. Like, you're sharing a room and you're in a bunk bed and you paying $50 a night. That's what I'm saying. Like, not like you in a nice little hotel. Not like you even in a hotel. You're not even in a private room. Okay, $50 a night to be in a fucking shitty ass hostel. And I mean shitty. Okay. And I just was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So we got a nice little couch surfing host. I actually found her. And I was like, come, it's fashion week. You know, we can definitely probably, like, you know, make some connections, do some photo shoots, connect with some people, get on Model Mayhem. Like, I really kind of like gave him the idea, like, come on, like, let's get it, like, let's have a little moment before I go. So he came, but then it got like to the point where he was kind of being shady. Like, he kind of just left and was doing his own thing. And it was kind of like, oh, well, I got this connection here, so they invited me, so I'm going to go here. And he kind of was, like, leaving me. And I really felt kind of, like, I felt away, because it's like, this is supposed to be, like, our time to take over for this 19 days. And you're kind of like, you know, you're doing your own thing. Like, I kind of felt away. So at one point, it was like we in our couch, like, we were sharing a room. Like, we had our own private room with separate beds in this couch surfing host home. But at one point it was like we wasn't talking to each other, because I just felt like bad energy from him. And I was like, you're on some fuck shit, because at the time I didn't realize he was upset. So I was just like, something's going on with you and you're on some fuck shit and I'm not here for it. So we just weren't talking for a little second while we were in there in the same motherfucking room. And he was doing his thing, like literally getting ready, going out, not telling me shit, just kind of doing his own thing. So this is how I kind of ended up roaming through New York solo, okay? This is how this ends up happening, because he ends up doing his own shit. And I ended up kind of getting into a little bit of a bad mood about it, because I was like, this is real fucked up. This is not what I saw this saw this as being, you know, and why are you trying to be like, you know, like, I feel like it just kind of felt like, you know, he had some opportunities. Like, for instance, like we knew that like we were going to use Model Mayhem, find some photographers. We were building content. So like at the beginning when he first came, he ended up doing, like, we would go out into the streets and just find little cute places to take photos. I will actually upload some of these to the community tonight. So make sure you guys are checking the community because I literally keep it updated pretty frequently. But I'll add some of these photos so y'all can see, because I was cute with a girl, but I was definitely a little thicker. So we was really on some like building together type shit. So it really kind of pissed me off that like, now you telling me that there's an opportunity to be like, what is it called when you have a blogger in a fashion show and they're basically interviewing people? So you're telling me like it's this, but you're not really, or like you're going to fashion shows by yourself and not like inviting me, or like, you know, like I just kind of felt away. Like I feel like he was being hella shady. You're right, Charlie. That was hella shady boots. He was being hella shady. He was being kind of crazy. And I feel like at the end of the day, you might think you're trying to take an opportunity and keep it to yourself, or, you know, like, I want to have the opportunity first type of thing. And that too is like bad energy to me. It's like, because at the end of the day, what's for me is for me. You can't block me. You can't block what's for me. So I still did my fashion shows. I still did my photography sessions with photographers. I still did what I wanted to do. It just was kind of sad to me that I wasn't able to do it with my best friend in the way that I wanted to, because he was being fucking shady and all up in his fucking feelings. So I just was like, no, you can't receive a blessing with two closed fists. This is true. And I kind of felt like too, part of the reason too, I guess when I left, because we had clients that we were working with together in Texas before I decided to leave. Like literally, I think when I left Houston, people probably was feeling like, why would she leave? Because I'm telling you, I was on the scene, and I'm sure if I continued to work the scene, I would have hit some blessings. But at the same time, it's like I'm homeless. I don't have anywhere to stay, and I don't have anyone here who I feel like is my support system. I can't stay with none of y'all motherfuckers, and nobody is in this motherfucking helping me. So I got to help myself. And me and Jesus have made a plan, and this is what we gonna do. And if y'all don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. That ain't my responsibility. Like, I understand he was upset, but at the same time, I feel like it's not my responsibility. You're not my child. And at the same time, you got your family. You got a whole family. Like, he ended up moving back home after college. And it's like, I can't stay with y'all. You know, like, obviously, sometimes people feel like if it's your best friend, you know, like this is something that I would do, but I've learned very early on to not compare what I would do with what somebody else actually does. This is how you end up in fucked up situations, giving expectations to people that they can't live up to. You just gotta let somebody show you what the fuck they're gonna do or how the fuck they are. And it was just like, I couldn't stay with him. Like, I thought that like that probably would have been an option, but it wasn't an option. It wasn't an option, and I literally was living out of my car. And literally at the end of it, I ended up getting a couch surfing host. So I figured my shit out for myself. I hit rock bottom, and I was like, no, boo, this ain't it. And that's part of like why I left America. So fast forward, I'm in New York doing my solo dolo shit because my best friend was on some fuck shit. So I want to say on this particular day, I might have been out going to get food, but I dressed up like real cute that particular day. I just kind of was like, you know, put yourself together, girl. It's okay. You know, it's okay that Travinsky acting stupid. Put yourself together and we gonna go fuck it up. And I literally just was walking around, kind of exploring, also kind of looking for food. And this guy came up out of nowhere, guys. He came up out of nowhere. He just came. I don't know where the fuck he came from. But he was so smooth with it. How he approached me, he was like, he asked me for directions, knowing damn well I don't look like I'm from New York. Like, I look like I'm a Southern Belle. You know, like, I know I looked out of place, okay? I know I looked out of place. Like, I was not from there. And that was my first time going to New York as well. So he came up to me, and he just was like asking for directions. I guess that's a cool way to approach a girl as well. If you think she's interested and you want to approach her, but you're kind of like, you're kind of nervous, like you can definitely be like, do you know where such and such is? Because that's what he did. And he knew where it was, because later on I found out that he was a local. Like, he's from New York. Well, he's from the Caribbean. Like, his family's from the Caribbeans, but now he is living in New York. So, girl, he just came up to me basically and was like, where do you know where such and such is? And I was like, no, I'm not from here. And that just kind of like sparked our conversation. And then he was just kind of like, we just kind of started talking, and we were still walking. And then he was like, where are you going? And I was like, I was actually looking for this like Jamaican restaurant. I couldn't even find it. So I really was the one that needed directions, because I was walking. That's what it was. I was walking around trying to find it, because I was like, damn, I think it was over here, but I couldn't remember exactly. So he ended up basically asking like what I was about to do. And I was like, I'm trying to find this food place. So we ended up going there together. And then I think he asked me if I smoked or something like that. And I definitely smoke weed, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I will smoke to the day that I die. Okay. But I'm definitely trying to like learn how to grow my own and kind of like healthier ways to smoke as well. Because at the same time, I think weed can be beneficial, especially for a spiritual journey, depending on the strand that you're smoking. But I also feel like I lost my train of thought. I don't know about that. But yeah, I don't know. I also feel what I was going to say. I also feel like sometimes smoking, like inhaling your weed, can sometimes be bad for your lungs. Like, even though it can be good for you on a mental level, if it's a good strand, it can be bad for your lungs, over a long period of time if you're a heavy smoker or if you smoke frequently. So I've been looking into other ways to smoke, like getting not a hookah. What is this? What's the little pen thing that you can get? A lot of people smoke tobacco out of it. Y'all know, like the vapes. The vapes are really great, but if you can get a vape that has a little mini oven in the inside, it's a lot better to smoke weed in. Charlie says someone in my family had a grow house and they already chemicals in the plant, so the person feels higher. Yes, this is why I'm saying, like, you definitely gotta be careful about the strand, and you definitely gotta be careful about like who you're buying your weed from, because all weed is not created equal. All weed is not created equal. So this is why it is a goal of mine, because it's like, if I'm going to smoke, I need to be able to grow my own shit, because I need to be able to make it organic, But I haven't learned how to do that yet. It's on my bucket list. So we gonna see when I'm gonna do that. But obviously, once I start to learn how to grow weed, I'll probably do some vlogs and stuff about it. So we'll see. But I have done some research about how to smoke weed, or how to intake weed better, in better ways that don't fuck up your lungs, because obviously I don't want lung cancer, So the best ways that I found is to either do edibles, where you have, like, you can cook with weed. Like this man one time in Cambodia. I was in Cambodia. I was about to leave Cambodia. And this old white man came and sat down with me at this table. I was at a restaurant waiting on my bus, eating my breakfast. And he literally, girl, pulled out a fat ass thing of weed, started rolling up a blunt, talking to me. And he told me how to make weed butter. So it's basically like your THC is in the butter. And then you can cook your breakfast with it, like make you some eggs, and you're going to be high as fuck. So, like, definitely, like, edibles are way better for you than actually smoking your weed. But if you feel like you want to smoke, but you want to do it healthier, the best way to do it is in a vape. Because, one, you can control the actual temperature of it. And it just, it's better for your lungs than actually smoking it out of a blunt. So, but the only thing about vapes, I've been looking for a vape, but I haven't been able to find one yet. I've been going to all kind of vape stores in Texas, in Asia, all over the place. And I haven't been able to find the one that I saw online yet, because it's a specific type of vape. It's not like the vape pen, which you can also do with like marijuana oil, but it's one that has like a mini oven in the inside. It has a place for you to actually pack your weed into. Like, you don't have to do the liquid. You can take your weed and put it in it. Charlie said it has similar needs to tomato plants. Oh, do you mean like sometimes insects and things try to take it or something? I don't understand how it has similar needs to tomato plants. Can you expand a little bit on that? So yeah, so basically he sparked up a conversation with me. We had good energy. Again, I was not going out to fuck nobody, okay? I wasn't. I really wasn't. It just kind of happened. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm here for it. Charlie said, no, as far as growing, lots of sun and plenty of water. Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. And this is also why, like, some places are way better to grow than others. And even, like, here in Colombia, like, they have weed and it's legal and it's not legal. It's legal for personal use, not in public. Like, you can't smoke in public here, but you can have up to 20 G's of weed on you legally. If you have over that, then it's a problem. But I found, like, I smoked a couple of strands of weed here, and I don't think it's a good strand. Like, it's kind of like a weak strand. Like, I've tried a couple of different ones. Like, you know, like I have a guy, and I've tried a couple of them, but now at this point I haven't smoked in like 2 weeks because I don't think it's worth buying any more weed because I realize the weed is trash. So I'm gonna have to try weed in another place. So we'll see. We might end up having to go on like a little weed journey, y'all, because apparently, like, you know, obviously I need to go to Amsterdam. Like, girl, we're gonna have a moment. That's in the future, but it's literally a weed. It's nearly impossible to kill it. Ow, tomatoes! I didn't realize. So me and the guy, we sitting there, we got some food, we just talking, having a good little time. And he was like, oh, do you smoke? Or some kind of way he realized that I smoke. And he was like, oh, I know a place we can go back and smoke if you want. And I was like, okay, cool. Which I kind of feel like I can go back to somebody's house and not fuck them. You know, like I can go back to somebody's house. Because I think sometimes too, people will smoke weed. You gotta be careful with some guys, because some guys will try to get you to smoke weed so that they can fuck you. You know? Because sometimes some women can't control themselves on weed, but I smoke enough weed that I can. So that shit don't fly with me if I'm not willing. You know, like if it's not something I want to do, whether I'm high or not, you cannot influence my decision. I'm gonna let you know. So, he basically was like, you know, we can get some weed and we can smoke if you want. And I was like, okay, cool. So we went to this little herbal store, which was really dope as well, because I didn't even know, like, excuse me. It's like he kind of took me through a little journey of Brooklyn. Like I kind of like was able to explore Brooklyn on a way. Girl, I need a massage. I need to be rubbed down. Oh, I'm gonna book this shit tonight. I hope I can book it online. And I need the first appointment they have available in the morning. But I kind of feel like it was like random that I met him, but at the same time, he kind of took me on a little journey around Brooklyn, and I kind of got to see some other parts of, like, you know, some Black-owned businesses, some restaurants. Excuse me. Some restaurants that I wouldn't have found if I wouldn't have known the local, you know, stuff like that. And the last place that we ended up going was the herbal shop. And oh my God. Oh, I need to medicate myself with some soup and some garlic and some tea and something. But he ended up taking me to this herbal shop, and it just was a really dope ass little moment. It was like an African herbal shop, so they had like really amazing things inside, and it just was great. And he bought some weed, and then we went back to his house and we smoked, and we literally talked and listened to music and smoked, and it was just fucking great. And you know when you have this moment, because at first you might just be on the fence, like, I don't know if I'm gonna fuck him, but then you have this moment like, I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna fuck you. And it was kind of like, I don't know, it's just good energy. Like I said, it's just good energy. And it was Like we literally talked for hours before that thought even came into my mind. And we literally, like, we was literally just chilling the whole damn day. And it was kind of cool because, you know, like when my best friend kind of rejected my ass, I was just like, it's nice to kind of be able to go out and kind of make a friend or whatever. And I think, I can't remember. Oh, what I was going to say was that at this time as well, I had been celibate for a while, guys. So I hadn't had sex in a minute, okay? And I really didn't know if it was going to be good dick or not, but I just kind of was like, he intrigues me. I'm going to fuck him. And I don't care if it's good or not. We just gonna, I'm going to fuck him. We going to see. I want to see. And girl, he's from the Caribbean, okay? He's from the Caribbean. It was fucking marvelous. Like the best dick I've ever had in my life. Best dick I've ever had in my life. Like real shit. Real shit. Real shit. And then I don't know, maybe we had a deeper connection too. Cause it was like we had that connection. But also if you're high and you have sex, it's like if you got a connection already, it just kind of magnifies it. So it was literally like we had sex and it was like, girl, it was like on some like galactic type shit. Like I was like, I've never experienced anything like this before, God. What is this? And you know what it was? I think another TMI moment. But what happened was I made this decision in my mind, like, I'ma fuck him. I'ma give him a try. And like I said, I hadn't had sex with anybody for like a minute, okay? Like I probably hadn't had sex in like a year, maybe 2. And he, I don't know, girl. All I know, I just remember feeling his girth, okay? I just remember feeling it and I was like, oh my God, God has blessed me yet again. I just was like, God has blessed me yet again, and I'm here for it. So yeah, literally, we kind of had a fling. That was my first fling. Yes, okay, come on, full circle for our story. Our first one night stands and our first fling. That was my first fling because literally at the point that I met him, I probably had like 7 more days in New York. So literally every day after that, he was getting his booty. Like, literally, girl. And it was cool too because when I tell you, this is how cool he was. Like, this is how attentive he was to my ass, okay? Because, and this is the type of shit that I like. I just like guys who treat me like a fucking queen, you know? Like, I like that shit. And that's how you get shit out of me. That's how you get me to treat you like you might want to be treated. So, girl, I just remember the first time that we had sex, because we had sex the first time. I spent the night, we woke up, I got it again. Like, it all just was great. And I just was like, I wanted to take a shower. I wanted to take a bath. Like I said, like sometimes people from Texas will say a bath, but they really mean like they're gonna hop in the shower, you know? I was like, I want to take a bath before I leave, you know, because we were gonna grab breakfast and do some things, and you know, I was like, I want to take a bath. Do you know this boy ran me a bath and bathed my ass? Do y'all know this? Do y'all know this boy bathed me? Okay, and I just was like, I didn't like nobody had ever bathed me before that point, and I just was kind of like, I like it. I like it. I like the attentiveness of this. I like it, and I don't know. And then it was like we had all these conversations where we were actually talking, and like he was taking my ass out on dates. Like literally, we had a whole fling. This is how a fling goes. Like literally, you guys are really dating it like in a major way, intensively for however long you're in that particular place. And it was like he knew that I was going to Thailand. I was telling him about like my plans and what I was going to do moving forward and things like that. Like we were really talking about like our dreams. Like he was saying how he wanted to open a restaurant because he could cook and all these kind of things, which he ended up cooking for me, you know, like girl. And then at one time, like one night he ended up taking me out because he was like, you know, you've never been to Asia and I want you to try some Asian food before you go there. So that was like my first time having pad Thai. First time having like, you know, like a couple of different like Thai Thai food. But like, I remember like even on that particular night when he took me out, it was just like, you know, when you treat a woman well, it's like literally she blossoms for you, you know? And it was like, he was really going that extra mile. And I just felt like it was on a considerate level. Like you listened to what I said and you planned something that you knew I would like according to what I said. That is a very amazing quality in a man that you should look for, you know, somebody who actually values what the fuck you say and actually listens and actually comes back with something that is like, yeah. So we went on a cute little date, and like we went on several dates, but one of our dates, he took me out to make sure, you know, like, let me give you some, let me help you try some different Thai dishes so you can have some different things that you can eat when you get there, so you don't just be all the way in the dark about the food. And then we like walked through the park, walked through like Grand Central Station. Like it was really romantic. And I just was like, bitch, I can't wait to get you home so I can fuck you again. I just was like, oh, I'm ready to go. Like this is all cute and everything. This is all romantic, but I need to sit on your face like now. I need you like now. Like I just was like, oh, this is turning me on. Like I like it. I like it. So he just was like, great. He was a cool guy. And I think like we had a good time the whole time. Like it was only probably one night out of that time that I didn't see him. But literally we basically had a fling. And the only thing about a fling is that once a fling is done, like once that time breaks where you leave or they leave or whatever, even as much of an attraction as you may have had, that still does not guarantee that you guys are going to reconnect. It doesn't guarantee shit, basically, because I definitely felt like super connected to him and I wanted to stay in contact with him. And I even was like, well, you got to download, you know, I told him, I was like, you got to download WhatsApp so we can stay in contact, because it's obviously like a free platform. Did he ever download WhatsApp? Bitch, no. So it's like we talked a little bit when I left, but I think he probably also kind of maybe felt like, damn, she ain't never coming back. You know, something like that, which I didn't come back right away. I thought I was going to only be gone for a year and I was gone for 3. So I didn't see him for a long ass time. I didn't talk to him for a long ass time. I thought about him when I went back to New York this last time. I wanted to link up with him, but I also think it was just divine purpose, you know, because at the same time, I didn't think about like, oh, let me go buy his house because he probably still lives in the same place, which he did. I just didn't think, it didn't cross my mind. And I tried to call him when I went back to New York, but he didn't have the same number. And literally the week after I left New York this last time, he messaged me on Messenger. Maybe he felt my energy or something. I don't know. Because sometimes when you're thinking about somebody, they kind of like, you know, I don't know. But he messaged me and I was like, I just was in New York and I wanted to see you, but I just, you know, I couldn't get in contact with you and I didn't think about coming by your house. And he was like, you should have. I stayed in the same place. And when we were talking a couple of lives ago, guys, this is the booty buddy that I was talking about. The one that I was like, I was thinking about setting that back up. Like, you know, I might be traveling around the world, but every now and again, I'll hop into New York, get my pipes cleaned, and roll out. But what happened was I started feeling kind of like maybe that this was just meant to be a fling, you know, and that's it. And I should just, you know, honor that and then just move forward. Because obviously I feel like men, you got to really believe their actions, I think. I believe actions. I'm like, you can tell me whatever the fuck you want to say, but what your actions talk about, you know? And I feel like him not downloading this app, like this is a free app. We could have been talking this whole time. We could have been in contact this whole time. You didn't do that because obviously you didn't want to stay in contact with me. Like as much of a connection as we had, I mean, you know, like I don't know really what was behind that, but that kind of like put me on edge a little bit. And then we talked, right? Like we ended up talking, and then it's like we got reconnected that next week after I came back from New York this last time. And after that, it was like we were still like I was kind of excited to get reconnected to him, but we were talking a little bit on some days, and I just kind of feel like, this doesn't feel the same. Something feels off, you know, like you really got to believe your the energy that you feel, you know, like trust it. It's a sign, you know, it's a sign for you to help you along your journey. So I just was feeling like, yeah, I have this attraction for him still, but it just feels like something's a little bit different because he is not being as attentive as he was when I met him. And then it was like we had a conversation one day and we were talking about sex and he was real attentive when we was talking about fucking, and I was just like, that rubs me the wrong way. Like, I don't like that shit. And then I was thinking that I was going to go there because obviously I needed to get some stuff from home. And I was thinking I was going to like take a little flight and hop over to New York for like around Valentine's, have a little moment, and then come back to Colombia and be energized and ready to work, you know? But what ended up happening, I was feeling a little way in my spirit. Like I was feeling a little uneasy about taking that leap. And I wanted to, because I was like, I definitely need some good dick. Like I could definitely use some good dick right now. Like I really could, you know, it's been a minute, you know, but at the same time, it's like my body was saying that, but I also listened to my mind, you know, and I listened to my heart, and I just was feeling like something here is not quite right. And do you really want to spend your money to go see a nigga? And, you know, like, granted, I do feel like, I mean, you know, it is what it is. But basically what ended up happening, I was kind of like, my spirit was on edge. It was kind of like, should I do this or should I not? Does it make sense or does it not? I don't know. Like, I was on the fence about it. Like, I was kind of like, I want to, but something feels off. I don't know. Doesn't quite feel the same. And I don't think it was a coincidence that I didn't see him in New York that particular time when I came. You know, like, I think nothing happens for chance. Like, shit is very much on purpose to get you to where you're supposed to be going. And I think for me, I don't know about y'all, but my spirit team loves the shit out of me, and they really be, you know, coming through for me to make sure that, like, I avoid certain shit. And I think maybe with me not seeing him when I came home to New York this particular time was just that, me getting moved out of the way of something that he has going on. Because I don't know what he got going on, but he got something going on that obviously don't align with me. And my spirit team was like, no, bitch, keep going. You know? So we talking, conversation kind of been off since we talked recent. Well, this wasn't that recent, but recently, because it's been since I've been in Colombia. And I was like, maybe I'll have a Valentine's trip, and then that way I can kind of, you know, make it a pleasure and business trip, you know, do a little makeup, get some more makeup, give me some hair, do some, you know, do a couple of things I need to take care of, and get some good dick. Amen. Like, you know, but I was feeling a little bit on edge. And then I don't know about you guys, but I'm really into tarot card readings and things like that. And I have my own tarot card deck, and I do my own tarot card readings, as well as, like, I will watch tarot card readings that I feel connected to with certain people. I have a couple of different girls that I watch. I will be dropping the spiritual resource list soon. It's just, I'm gonna try to get it out before this week is over, because today's Thursday. Before Sunday, I'm gonna try to get it out, but it's gonna be free, so you don't have to worry about that. But one of the tarot card readers that I was listening to on YouTube at that particular time, she does this thing at the end of her readings where she rolls these dice, and it's a couple of different, it's like a spiritual dice set, and basically you can ask a yes or no question, and the answer is kind of what it, you know, like it depends on how you connect with this, you know, but this connects for me. Okay, so I'm watching this tarot card reading, and she gets to this point in her tarot card reading, because I watch all my signs, so my sun, moon, and rising, Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio is my signs. So I watch them all, and at the end she did this. One of them she did because she doesn't always do this dice element. It's kind of like it depends on how she's feeling spiritually, if it's needed. And so I watched all of them, and only one of them had the dice element. And so she's just like, you know, ask your question. Like it's basically, she rolls them, you pause it, you have an opportunity to think about what your question is, and then you unpause it and get the answer. And my question basically is like, you know, should I take my ass to New York or not? Is this a good idea or not? And the answer that she said was not right now, in a few months. And I was like, I kind of was thinking, like, is it really the spirit? Like, really? And y'all know what the fuck happened after that? Because I feel like I listened, because I still wanted to buy that flight. I still wanted to book the flight. I still wanted to go. But I was like, damn, the spirit say to wait a little bit. So maybe there's something that I'm not aware of here. And it was because around, like, granted, I ended up, before I found out some new shit, I ended up sending him a message, and I just told him how I felt about our lack of communication. And, like, you know, I just told him how I felt. Like, I wasn't going off or anything. I just being really genuine, like, this is what it is. He still ain't listened to that motherfucker. Okay? So that's a problem. That's a red flag. You gotta listen when you see them motherfuckers. Like, him not downloading this WhatsApp was a red flag. Him not really communicating me, red flag. Him not, like, responding to my like, that particular message. Him getting, like, real excited on the phone with me when we talking about sex, but not when we were talking about, you know, anything else of substance, which was not the case when I first met him. I'm telling you, this was totally 360. And sometimes people will switch up on you. So you got to be able to be like, be able to detach yourself when motherfuckers switch up. Because it's like, I think sometimes guys will do certain things in order to get you, and then later on they'll stop doing that shit, like, you know, they're gonna be able to keep you. And I'm like, no. Do the same shit that you was doing to get me interested, you know? Like, don't switch up now, because bitch, I will leave you. I don't give a fuck how good your dick is. I will leave you. I will. And so it's not like we were in a relationship or anything, you know, like, obviously it was a fling, and obviously we both wanted to reconnect it. Like, we both, I feel like, experienced that same energetic field when we slept together, and it just was, like, powerful, yo. It was just like, I'm telling y'all, the best dick I've ever had. Ever. Okay. And I didn't even get no head. Okay. This is how good the dick was. Okay. Like, it was good. And let's talk one-on-one session. Virgo, come on, Virgo, in the building. So what ended up happening was something happened before that. So I sent him this message, and I was basically, like, telling him how I felt, and, like, how I kind of felt, like, a little bit uneasy, you know, because it's like, do I really want to buy this ticket to go see some nigga who ain't being responsive to me? And I'm like, I don't think I really do. You know, so let me reach out to him and maybe get some clarity first. He never responded, bitch. He still ain't listen to that goddamn message. So a little bit after that, because we really didn't talk, because what I ended up, like, literally, I stopped kind of reaching out. It's kind of like, I just stopped reaching out, you know, like, obviously this seems like it's not the same as how when we first met. It's not the same attentiveness. It's just not the same. And I don't, like I said, I don't chase niggas, y'all. I be trying to be giving, like, now I be trying to be giving the benefit of the doubt, but, like, I'm practical, but I'm not a fucking fool. Okay. And I don't chase niggas. So it's like, obviously at one point we're reaching out, we're trying to reconnect. And then I realized that obviously this shit ain't the same. So I stopped fucking reaching out, and we ain't talked. So obviously I just feel like it wasn't mine. It wasn't meant for me. And I'm okay with that. And literally around Valentine's Day, y'all know he posted some bitch. I'm not gonna call her a bitch. She ain't a bitch, but he posted some chick. So I just think he probably has moved on, which is not a problem, because I realized, like, I haven't been here in 3 years. So, you know, I didn't have no expectation for him to wait for me or anything like that, you know. So I just feel like, you know, he doing his own thing, and that's cool. But I think we had a fling. It was cool, but that was all it was. And now it's done. So, yeah, that's the story times for tonight, guys. If anybody has any questions, you guys can drop them in now, because I am going to be hopping off soon, because, like I said, it's a peanut butter sandwich, a grilled peanut butter sandwich that has my name on it. So, yeah, I'm going to eat, because I don't want to cook anything. Like, literally, I got this chicken thawing in the refrigerator, and I'm like, I did not feel like cooking that tonight. I don't. I don't feel like making nothing. I just want to kind of, like, do something real simple and quick, especially since I can't order no damn food now. But yeah, guys, I'm finna go. Because it's 56 now. Let's stay on until 58. But yeah, it was kind of, it's kind of, I guess with one night stands, my biggest tip is just go with the flow. Don't force it. Don't force anything. I don't think anything should be forced in any type of relationship. It should happen naturally. If it's not happening naturally and you got to force some shit, that's not for you. And that's, I guess, probably what I was feeling this time around trying to reconnect with him. I'm like, this doesn't feel like it's happening naturally. Like, I don't think it's mine. If it's not happening naturally, it's not yours. It's not. And you got to be willing to let it go. Because, I mean, I think sometimes people do get good dick and they be like, they be dickmatized. They be dickmatized and they let anything happen or anything flow. But I'm just like, no. Nope. Nope, not for me. So, yeah. So, the next time you guys will see me will be on Tuesday. 8:30 to 9 seems to be working for us, so we're gonna keep that time for now until further notice. Once I set up some other things, we're definitely gonna be out and about. I am still moving to Cartagena, excuse me, but that is going to be on the 1st, so I got a little bit of time here. Also, guys, I didn't tell you guys, but a lot of times I post preview vlogs on my IGTV. Okay, so if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at thecourtneywilliams. I actually posted a new one today, but sometimes it's like I can't get all of these videos out that quick, but sometimes I will just put some little clips together and I'll just do a little preview of like what the vlog is. So definitely go check out some of those on Insta story. Definitely check out the community. Also, y'all, I am trying to start this cooking side of my brand, or like the food side, because I do love food. I love food. And I want to share, like, the restaurants I'm going to eat at are different little food blessings. So y'all know, if you've been kind of like on the community, you already know that I've been trying to find a name to call this. Like, because I don't know what to call it. I really don't. You guys gave me a few ideas, but we still in the drawing board, I feel like, because some of them were just a little bit long. Like right now, the Courtney Williams is already really long. Like I can't really use it on Twitter. Like some places I can't use it because it's too long. So I'm looking for something that's going to be not that many characters. And She Eats is the first one that I wanted to do. She Eats, but that one's taken. And then today I thought about, what was the one that I thought about? I think it's called, the one that I was thinking about was like Girls Who Eat, but that one is taken. I just thought about Girls Be Eating. Girls Be Eating with the IN. I don't know. I'm gonna need some help, y'all, because I gotta get another little side of this. Let me look that up. Girls Be Eating. That's available. I also thought about Taste Buds Be Blessed, but that's kind of long as well. Girls Be Eating. What y'all think about that one? It might be, I don't know. Girls Can Eat Too. Ooh. Let me look it up real quick and see if it's available. Girls Can Eat. That is available. Okay, let me marinate on that because that might be it. Thanks, Jazz. That might be it. Jazz say, because you know how they be saying men can eat for a whole house. I think girls can do the same thing too. They can. Hello. I be like, girl, where's the food? And honestly, I'm gonna marinate on that, but I feel like I kind of like it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And it's not too long. So okay. Thank you. So check out the community. Check out IGTV at the Courtney Williams to catch some of the vlog previews. There's a new one that just dropped today. What else I got to tell you guys? I think that's it. I think that's it. Thanks, Honey Plum. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's it. So this has been great, guys. I'm so glad that we kind of have a space where I can share these type of stories with you guys. What's today? Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday. Yeah, this is our last day of the week linking up. So I will see you guys next week. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you for all of the love and likes and comments. And remember, people will stare, make it worth their while. And I will see you guys later. Bye.